वतन वतन मेरे आबाद रहे तू, मैं जहाँ रहूँ जहाँ मैं याद रहे तू। है वतन मेरे वतन, है वतन मेरे वतन।
Happy Diwali to everyone. I'm so sorry. I got excited, sorry.
Wishing everybody a very, very happy Diwali.
Namaste, we are at the Indian Consulate to celebrate Diwali with our friends from the media, with our family from the media. Over the years, they have supported us and we continue to count on their support. But today is special. We want to greet them, we want to wish them and take their greetings, their wishes on the day of Diwali, on the occasion of Diwali. So we are thankful that they are here in large numbers. Thank you Sudhir Bhai.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Dr. Sudhir Parekh, Chairman of the ITV Gold and Parekh Worldwide Media. Today we are getting together. It's a meet and greet for all our media fraternity with the Consul General and Consular. And it's really a great tradition. At least once a year or twice a year, we all should meet and exchange our ideas, our wishes and our plan to the other, to each other. And I think that's the best way to make it more meaningful and more productive. So thank you again and wish you all happy Diwali and all my Gujarati brother, sister, Happy New Year.
Diwali is to be celebrated with friends and families, and for that reason, Diwali should be celebrated with our media, friends and families. Thank you very much for all your support. We hope to continue with our engagement. Because of COVID, we did not have a chance to meet in a more cordial setting together, all of you together. But Diwali has been a happy occasion. Hopefully we can meet again on Holi or some other festival in the near future. It was a very welcome news that the match fee for male cricketers and the match fee for female cricketers in India have now been leveled. So that's a happy news. A lot is happening in India in the women's space, from grassroots action to President of India being a woman, and a lot more. I think if we have to create a more wholesome society, participation of our women folk is very important. We want more and more women to come in the public space fold, more and more women to join in the journey to build a nation. At the consulate, we are fortunate that majority of our colleagues happen to be women. But anyway, I thought I'll just share that positive thought with all of you. Happy Diwali. Let's enjoy together. Let's greet each other and let's celebrate together. Thank you very much.
Namaskar, my name is Sunny Thakkar of Sneh Arts. Wishing the viewers of ITV a very happy and a healthy Diwali. We are here today at the consulate to celebrate Diwali, and we are always grateful to the Consul General Shri Randhir Jaiswalji for celebrating and having these festivities at the consulate, which is our home away from home. And we are grateful to all the community members and the media for always supporting all our endeavors. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Darlie Newman. I'm the host and producer of the Emmy Award nominated series on PBS, Travels with Darlie, and I am here celebrating Diwali and excited to learn more about India today, so I plan a trip for next
ITV viewers, we wish you all a very happy Diwali.
I'm Professor Indrajit Saluja, publisher and chief editor of the Indian Panorama, the English weekly newspaper since 2006. While here in the consulate, I'm here at the invitation of the Consul General, Ambassador Jaiswal, who has been very thoughtful in organizing this evening, a meeting between the consulate and the media to celebrate Diwali. It's a very welcome step, and I think this will promote better understanding between the consulate and the media.
Hello and namaste. My name is Sharanjit Singh Tint from the South Asian Insider and Josh India Web TV, and I wish everyone here a very happy Diwali and the spirit of celebrations.
नमस्कार, हैप्पी दिवाली टू ऑल। आज हम इंडियन कॉन्सुलेट में हमारे कौंसल जनरल एम्बेसडर रणधीर जायसवाल के इनविटेशन पे सब मीडिया वाले इकट्ठे हुए हैं और बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है, बहुत खुशी हो रही है कि हमारे जायसवाल साहब ने आज का मीडिया इनवाइट करते हुए दिवाली सेलिब्रेशन कर रहे हैं। सो मैं जसबीर जय सिंह आप सबको दिवाली की बहुत मुबारक देता हूँ।
Present the honor from town of Hampstead, New York, and it's for the Diwali wishes sent by the supervisor to our dear ambassador, Honorable Ranveer Jaiswal Sahab.
Happy Diwali to one and all, and I'm delighted to be present here at the Indian Consulate where media fraternity got the opportunity of celebrating special Diwali with Consul General. And of course, I have the pleasure of the presence of Deputy Consul General Varunji and also Suzanne from WION, which is again an important extension of Indian media in the international orbit, I must say. I'll begin with you, Suzanne. Being here in New York, connecting with international news and especially with reference to India and significance of this Deepavali festival globally.
It's absolutely incredible to be able to, first of all, connect with not only the community in India, but the Indian community here in the United States, but also learn about Diwali at a time when I think the slogan of the victory of lightness over darkness is so relevant in today's world. And I think that we constantly, I work at the United Nations a lot, and I think we're constantly trying to find the light at the end of the tunnel. And I think Diwali really speaks not only, traditionally, but it speaks to a lot of people that are really looking for that light at the end of the tunnel. And I think this year it's very special in a lot of ways for a lot of people.
Thank you, Suzanne, and I'll come back to Suzanne for another question, but I just want to hold on to the expression at the end of the tunnel. Why should we wait for the end of the tunnel? Why don't we have the light here and now? And I think that spirit was visible in the way it was observed, Varunji, at Ayodhya in the presence of Prime Minister of India, and you must have seen those 18 lakh earthen lamps. And talk to me about significance of Deepavali in general, but more this year, it brought a lot of good vibes and good news unfolded for Indian Americans as well as India.
Okay. Ashokji, thank you so much, first of all, for joining us here for the media reception for our journalists and media friends here. Diwali, India, is a land of festivals, but Diwali happens to be even more special for us. Like Susan mentioned, there is so much of symbolism attached to this particular festival, and this year happened to be even more special. We had a Prime Minister joined so many others, and 1.8 million other lamps been lit in Ayodhya, in the birthplace of Lord Ram, on arrival of whom we celebrate this wonderful festival. But and he also, our Prime Minister, he has made it a practice to spend Diwali with our soldiers on the border. I think that's a very, very unique gesture, and it's also a symbolism of support of not just the Prime Minister but the entire country standing with our soldiers there. But not just talking of India, Diwali celebrated across the world, and this time it was even more special for the Indian American community, particularly on the eastern coast and in New York. We had the mayor announcing his support for the legislation declaring Diwali as a public school holiday in 2023. So that's one thing that we are looking forward to. And we were so touched by the community and everybody celebrating this festival here in New York, in and around this place, and not just Indian American community but the larger South Asian community. And just like the Indian American community celebrates festivals like Christmas, Thanksgiving, etc., we also have our American friends joining in these celebrations and merriment. So I think that's what makes Diwali such a wonderful festival, where everybody comes together. And our friends from media, you are also busy covering all these events, so we thought, why not take an opportunity and host you all here in the consulate. So thank you, and thank you, Susan, and thank you everybody for joining us for that.
So last question from the lady. So Susan, it is internationally recognized festival, and indeed they have been observing at White House, and the Vice President also celebrated. But on Deepavali, as you heard the news from UK about Rishi Sunak becoming Prime Minister, also was received with a lot of excitement. How do you see UK and India with the leadership of Rishi Sunak, that relationship, and overall many Indian media especially were celebrating him coming from Hindu cultural heritage, and so overall how do you perceive this for us as global community, the arrival of Rishi Sunak at the highest office in UK?
Yeah, I think it was very interesting that it sort of happened at the same time as Diwali, and I think it was considered to be really a good omen for many. It was a time when, first of all, the UK was at a free fall, but then Rishi Sunak came, and he was really hailed as a hero, at least for the time being. For now, I think people are looking at this as a pathway of perhaps more cultural understanding between India, the UK, and even the West, because when you have a representative from one country in another country, it always does open that kind of dialogue and understanding. People are curious about that country's culture and issues like that, and I think that Rishi Sunak is going to really open that platform. But I think the Indian-British community has always been thriving in the UK and around the world, just like they have been here in the United States. And I think Rishi Sunak is just one of many. So it'll be interesting to see.
Absolutely, and he also studied here at America. So we have a kind of lot of multi-layered relationship, or rather reasons to be happy and excited about. And concluding your thoughts on what is it that from the Consul General's office you think is the new offering in terms of helping Indian Americans here? That is number one. And another, anything in particular that you, in the presence of Suzanne, coming from Vayan and other media friends, your expectations from media in helping achieve the objectives with which you are tirelessly working under the leadership of Ranveer Jaiswalji here?
Thank you, Ashokji. So there are many initiatives that the consulate has undertaken, particularly for the Indian American community here, for the Indian diaspora here. To name a few, we have recently launched a mobile app which gives the power into the hands, into the phones of our fellow Indians here. They can access all the consular services, they can fill in the forms online, they can also check the status of their applications online on their phones at the comfort wherever they are. So that is one. Number two, we have, through your channel, I would like to tell our community here that as on today, there is absolutely zero pendency when it comes to consular applications. Every day, Consul General, he takes a stock wherein we check how many applications came in, how many were processed, how many were dispatched. And I'm happy to tell you and through you, your viewers, that as on today, there is no pendency. There's zero visa pendency, zero passport pendency at our end. And we are also trying to inculcate more of digital technology into our services, providing to the people. So a lot is happening on that front. I would like to also take this opportunity to invite our Indian American community here for the Pravasi Bharatiya Divas, which is going to take place in India, in Indore this time, in Madhya Pradesh, from 8th to the 10th of January. So this is an event that the Government of India has been organizing, hosting, to celebrate the contribution of the Indian diaspora around the world. And we hope more and more of our friends from US would join us in that in January. Our Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister would be there, Honorable President would be there. So we look forward to increase participation from this part. And you mentioned about media. So media is not just the fourth pillar. It is not just the mirror to the society, but it is also a window. It opens the window into a new world. And we expect the media to do exactly that. There's so much positive things happening in India. There's so much of positive development that is coming out of India, be it India taking a lead in digital technology, being it the upliftment of those at the bottom of the pyramid. Our Consul General mentioned in his speech about women, how India has the highest percentage of women pilots in the world, 12.5%, almost 4 or 5 times that of the United States. So there's so much happening in India in terms of infrastructure, in terms of education. So that is what our expectation is from media, to showcase that also here to the people, and not just the Indian American community, but to the people at large.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And somehow I have to give the last word for the lady. So Suzanne, I am also reminded of another of your previous colleague. She became a household name through her reports on Vayon Palki Upadhyay, I think. And so the way she would present, I think that has something to do with Vayon's spirit also. Overall, digital media has reshaped the way you would reach out to your viewers and present the facts. And so talk to me about the additional understanding that you need in this digital world as a reporter, as a journalist. Just brief.
Yeah, it's interesting that we all, not only as journalists, but as viewers, I think we've had to adapt to this new form of media, which is digital, possibly because our attention spans have become so short, and the digital platform is so fast-paced, and it's in line with the way that we're living our lives right now, for better or worse. And I think that they both mirror one another. I mean, events are happening so fast. At the time where, you would get your news from whether telefax or even outlets like The Wire are over, you really get your breaking news from Twitter right now. So I think newsrooms are competing with social media, and that's why they've become digital platforms. And I think that's for the better. It's great. It's expanded citizen journalism, and it's given a lot of people the opportunity to not only share their views, but also take their phones possibly and break news as it's happening. So it's great. I'm happy, and I'm looking forward to see what's to come of it.
Absolutely. So with Suzanne and Varunji, as I conclude, I would say that in today's world, everyone is a reporter, and with your cell phone, you have a complete broadcast station in your pocket. And so that light of expression through several social media is also taking us one step forward towards light of knowledge. And on the occasion of celebrating Festival of Light Deepavali here at the Indian Consulate, once again I extend warm greetings for each and everyone, and thank Suzanne and Varunji for being with us. This is Ashok Vyas with my cameraman friend Kripa Ranjan Prasad. Namaste.
श्री राम लला के दर्शन और उसके बाद राजा राम का अभिषेक, ये सौभाग्य राम जी की कृपा से ही मिलता है। भगवान राम ने अपने वचन में, अपने विचारों में, अपने शासन में, अपने प्रशासन में जिन मूल्यों को घड़ा, वो सबका साथ, सबका विकास की प्रेरणा है और सबका विश्वास, सबका प्रयास का आधार भी है। मैं अयोध्या की पुण्य भूमि पर प्रभु श्री राम से यही कामना करता हूं कि देश के जन जन की कर्तव्य शक्ति से भारत का सामर्थ्य शिखर तक पहुंचे। बोलो सियावर रामचंद्र की, सियावर रामचंद्र की, सियावर रामचंद्र की। हमने त्रेता की उस अयोध्या के दर्शन नहीं किए, लेकिन प्रभु राम के आशीर्वाद से आज अमृत काल में अमर अयोध्या की अलौकिकता के साक्षी बन रहे हैं। दीवा जेवी आस ने दीवा जेवो ताप, दीवा जेवी आग ने दीवा थकी हाश, उगता सूरज ने हर कोई पूजे, ये तो आथमती सांझे आपे साथ, जाते बड़े ने बाळे अंधार, मानव मन मा उगे रखो पानो भाव।